A blue-cloaked man appears in a forest. Listening for attacks, a random explosion has appeared. Using magic on his ear until he started becoming attacked by a monster. Showing no fear. The cloaked mage shoots a fireball, killing the monster. Walking away, becoming unknown. An adventurer started talking about a slime that can shoot fireballs. The other adventurers laughed because it sounds not real. The blue cloak guy named Yuji started to walk through the guild. Making everyone laugh, he had slimes as a tamer. Yuji asks his slime to bring out his herbs he collected. Shooting out an insane amount of herbs. Surprising everyone, it was a year's worth. The worker called her supervisor. He decided to purchase them off Yuji. An adventurer rushed through the doors in panic, yelling to everyone in the guild that hundreds of monsters are heading toward the city. Yuji explained he has a horn that can use dragon's breath, only available for tamers. Everyone was suspicious but had to believe in him. All the adventurers was given a potion to heal when they are damaged, while Yuji headed towards the roof. He started communicating to his tamed monsters, asking them about the situation while they ran into the forest. The adventurers guarding the gate started launching smoke bombs, shooting them mid-air or exploding, confusing the monsters. While shards fell from the smoke, killing tons of monsters underneath the area. Yuji pulled out his magic, preparing to attack the horde. He checks through all his magic to find the perfect spells. While his tamed dryad explains there is a suspicious user in the forest controlling the monsters. Yuji started using spell transfers on his slimes for them to be able to use magic. The slimes jumped from the tree, surprising the enemy. Shooting magic, capturing the user with a magical net. The enemy starts to destroy himself, so he couldn't gather information about his plans. Surprising Yuji and his companions. The monsters were overwhelming the gate until the slimes started shooting fireballs, protecting them. They were shocked slimes could do that. Gaining motivation, they could win. While a girl started to spy on Yuji casting magic, Yuji explained to the girl to tell the people to get inside the walls. Explaining to his companions to leave the area. The dryad uses her magic to help the slimes leave instantly through a tree. Everyone started to head back inside the wall while the slimes started heading all around the castle in spaced out positions. The guards were pinned by some monsters needing help. Yuji's tamed wolf launches at them, biting them. While everyone headed back into the walls. While Yuji starts combining many abilities for the slimes to use, creating a giant force field surrounding the whole town. Surprising everyone inside he could do that. Yuji starts a giant fire attack outside the shield, blowing up every monster outside of it, causing overwhelming power. The village could barely keep up with the power. Finding out monsters are still alive, Yuji starts collapsing because he is converting health to mana. Yuji starts to recast the giant protective shield while shooting another flame attack. Yuji starts to faint from the health drainage, collapsing on the roof. Yuji wakes up in an unknown room while the girl who spied on him came in the room, super happy he was alive. He explained he would stay for a few days. While the village found the source of the monsters was a broken red crystal controlled by a lantern. The girl gave Yuji food. While he ate the food, she started cleaning the room. Yuji had flashbacks of his memories from his original life he had working on a computer. The girl came back later to ask Yuji a question, finding him not in the room with the window open. Yuji started heading out to the next town, avoiding the town people. Arriving at the next town, Yuji started walking into the town while everyone was looking at him because he had tons of slimes following him. Yuji companions wanted food, so they went to look around for food. Yuji found a food stand and asked if he could buy some, pointing at the giant piece of meat, surprising the seller. The slimes started eating the giant meat while Yuji ate a small piece of meat while everyone started filling their stomachs. Yuji went to sign up for an adventurer's card, but the worker was feeling bad that slimes were weak. Yuji explained he can scout out monsters from far distances. Gaining an adventurer's card. Looking for a quest to take, Yuji ran into some adventurers and they wanted to group up on a quest. Yuji was peer pressured into going with them, heading out into the forest. They explained the quest was to scout a mountain drake while gaining information. Yuji companions has alerted him that there are wolves a meter ahead. So he explained to the group there were wolves a meter ahead, showing his worth in the group. They arrived at the wolves, surprised Yuji could detect monsters that far. While the leader of the group started becoming bloodthirsty. The leader of the group brought out his knives and started slicing and stabbing the wolves. Clearing the path. The group has set up camp in a remote place. Explaining they will take turns watching for monsters. After heading to sleep, the leader headed out secretly on his watch. Yuji woke up in the middle of nowhere wondering where he was. While a board in front of him showed his own stats, wondering what is it about. Showing he was a level 1 tamer. He pulled out his hand and a menu has appeared, taming a slime. The slime indicated he wanted Yuji to follow him. Yuji started walking with the slime into an abandoned building. Finding books all over the place, Yuji opens a page and instantly learns the spell Grimoire of Divine Destruction. While a ton of other slimes appeared wanting to be tamed. Forced Yuji to automatically tame them, the slimes launched out and started opening pages of books, making Yuji learn insane spells and power-ups. Excited to start a new adventure with Yuji, their master. Yuji was alerted they were all not at the camp. Watching from his companions. While the girls knew he was suspicious and didn't sleep, they started following him in secret, trying to reveal what he is hiding. The leader of the group, Lotus, has sensed a presence nearby. Quietly moving with his knife out. Putting the girls on alert that he know they are following him. Lotus started throwing his sword at a moving bush. That pride wolf with a slime was hiding behind, scaring them. Lotus checked behind the bush just to find nothing behind the bush. Lotus went to take his knife back from the tree and started heading toward his goal, using his agility to bypass the string traps he knew was there. Arriving at a hidden hideout, meeting with criminals he is working for. Yuji used sense share on his slime, spying on him to listen on their conversation. While Lotus explained to his boss that he has 2 girls as merchandise to collect and some random tamer. The girls has walked into the string trap, becoming scared they were going to get caught. Alerting the group of criminals someone was there. The criminal boss walked out to find a giant monster shadow, freaking him out. Avoiding finding the girls. While the slimes and Pride Wolf were glad they pulled the trick off. Yuji instincts were telling him that they are dangerous, finding a skill he had that didn't sound too overpowered to use. Shooting a medium-ranged frost. Freezing the whole building in ice while cold air blew quickly, making everyone cold. The girls were freaked out that a slime could do that much damage. Explaining that was a well-known criminal boss with a high bounty, Yuji started flashbacking when he was working on a computer. He explained his slime can scout the area for the Rock Drake location. Quickly launching the slime up into the air with high speeds. Gathering intel from the slime. While the girls were in shock, Yuji had the slimes make a camp in seconds. Explaining they will keep watch again. At a random building, a guy was watching the moon change color and started evil laughing, looking for the place the slime scouted out the previous day. Finding a canyon, blowing winds at high speed. In the past, Yuji was going through an exam. Firstly, testing their mana capabilities, touching an orb. Yuji broke the orb, freaking everyone out. Next, everyone will test their firepower on a rock. Yuji sends a fireball at a rock, damaging the rock, freaking out the people. The commander explained magic without saying the incantations are much weaker. Yuji tried fireball magic with the incantation, blowing up the entire rock. Scaring the commander. Yuji asked if his power was normal. The commander replied saying it's too strong. Deciding to find a spell to limit his abilities being used. Testing his new limited abilities on many creatures. Shooting decently normal magic power from all elements. Becoming happy he found the right spell. This is the end of part 1. If you want to support my content, subscribe.